This week, on The Rock, we take a look at what Green Club is doing with the construction of a new rain garden. Next, we get some more information about the Book of Palooza competition. Lastly, we see some student opinions on the SOS Training. All that and more, this week on The Rock.
Welcome back to The Rock, AHS. I'm Jacob Hoxie.
And I'm Will McCracken. To start our show for today, we'll learn about the upcoming construction of Green Club's rain garden.
Mason Baki produced a segment all about it.
Every year, Green Club builds a rain garden in the community, and with the construction of this year's right around the corner, we sat down with Mr. Garcia for more info.
Rain gardens are made to solve the biggest problem, the biggest pollution problem for the Salish Sea, otherwise known as Puget Sound. Right now, the number one source of pollution isn't some big factory. It's not oil spills. It's runoff from stormwater, runoff from roads, runoff from yards. It's the biggest pollution source for our beloved Salish Sea. So a rain garden is a filter. Goal of a rain garden is to clean out pollutants from stormwater runoff before they get to our beloved Salish Sea. They're pretty powerful things. It's basically a hole in the ground. So what happens is you put in a special soil mixture that acts like a filter. That special soil mixture, pollutants actually grab onto it, or the soil mixture grabs onto the pollutants and holds them instead of letting them run off into the Salish Sea. But there's an added bonus. There are plants. The plants help absorb the water, the roots help hold things in place and slow it down. So it's kind of a designed natural filter. Green Club's tried to do one every single year. If you need community service hours and you want to do something good for the Salish Sea, orcas, and salmon, and get some volunteer hours, you need those volunteer hours. You could probably get all 5 for this year in one day. Come to our rain garden installation.
If you want to get involved, Green Club meets every Monday after school in Mr. Garcia's room.
If you're in need of community service hours, stay posted for the location of the garden's construction, which will happen on May 4th.
Another school event that's happening right now is Book of Palooza.
Micah Arnott decided to find out more about this annual competition in our next segment.
With Book of Palooza starting up, people are starting to enter their work into the competition. To start off, we talked with Miss John about what Book of Palooza is and how it works.
Book of Palooza is a reading contest for all Anacortes High School students, and this is its 5th year, and basically students find a book, they read a book, and then they create something, anything that they like based upon that book.
We also talked with some students to learn their opinions about the Book of Palooza.
Yeah, my opinion on Book of Palooza is that it encourages students on reading books and assessing the content inside of them.
My opinion on Book of Palooza, it's a really fun way to actually get people to read more, me especially, since I usually like reading but I don't read as much, and Book of Palooza is a fun way to channel everyone's creativity and love for books to create something new and potentially win some prizes.
My opinion on Book of Palooza is it's a great way for kids to express how they feel about a certain book that they've read, and to share their artwork if they did like a drawing, or if they could do a video about it. I think it's a great outlet for creativity when it comes to reading.
My opinion on Book of Palooza is that it's a really great experience for students to learn about art and just be creative. Not to mention, if it's extra credit in your class, you can get that too. I've done the contest last year and I'm doing it this year, and every time it's been a really positive experience.
Finally, we talked with Miss Good to learn her opinion about the competition.
I think my chances are really good. We've won for the last 5 or 6 years, and so I'm hoping that my classes pull through and we can pull out another victory. Biggest competition last year, Mr. McCartney came out of nowhere, and he came really close to taking away all my victories.
If you want to learn more about Bookapalooza, head to the website. The link is attached on the library webpage. If you need any ideas, there is a slicer that shows many of what other students have done in the past.
Don't forget to send a project to Miss John by May 7th for a chance to win a prize.
Recently, our high school completed the Signs of Suicide Training, a program regarding students' mental health.
Jade Carter and Lily Rose Day produced a segment highlighting our students' opinions on the training.
You most likely remember the SOS training that took place these past few weeks. Students in all grades have thoughts to share, and administration is happy to respond.
It's kind of controversial to a lot of people, but personally I think that it's a really good idea for the school to at least show that they care and that they notice that it's an issue that people are worried about and want to know more about.
I thought it was helpful, but I thought that a lot of it was dramatized and most of the focus was on people who are suicidal doing really negative things to others or drinking alcohol and stuff like that, and I thought that that's not true to everyone's experience.
It was a bit outdated for my personal tastes.
The high school administration is aware of these flaws in the program and has taken measures to improve them for upcoming years.
We've taken into account some of the feedback that was provided just to kind of make note for next year and going forward to try to make sure that we can make it hopefully more tailored to you guys as a whole.
If our students put something together, have some sort of assembly type thing where we talk about something like this in a more serious light.
Having a classroom discussion about how it's okay to seek help and stuff like that, instead of just how you can talk to your friends about it, although I do think that's an important discussion and one we should have. I think that it should be furthered about a person getting themselves support.
Hopefully what they do in the following years is just keep it up. I personally don't care what it is as long as it's helpful.
Though no prevention program is perfect, students have found positive results.
I do think people have been paying a little bit more attention. The sheets of paper that we had to fill out, I know those helped out people. That was something that was really nice. I was glad to see that actually get carried through because I actually didn't think it was going to.
This topic is a hard one, and it's sensitive. It's definitely sensitive, but it's okay to talk about it. There doesn't have to be a stigma, and you don't have to feel ashamed to talk about it. So please, if anyone has any questions at all, any concerns for anybody, especially, talk to someone. It doesn't matter who, just someone, and then people know how to help. People have different ways of approaching things, so don't be afraid.
We also know that and hope in the future that this will be something that isn't going to be forgotten by students, that once they start kind of seeing signs or symptoms, or if they do see signs and symptoms of suicide or depression or ideation, that they will remember the ACT, acknowledge, care, tell, and know that they can come to a trusted adult, whether it's outside in the community or in our school, to get the help that they need.
Regardless of your opinion on the training, we all need to be more aware of our peers and ourselves.
Well, that wraps up our show for today.
If you have any comments or suggestions, please email them to therock@asd103.org. We love to hear your feedback.
With that, I'm Jacob Hoxie.
And I'm Will McCracken.
And from our rock to yours,
have a great day, AHS.